First subject is bad things to say on a first date.
The last time I was in this nightclub, I was still a man.
I've bought some condoms, and in preparation, I've got one on already.
Yes, I know it's only dinner, but unless you sign this prenup, you're not getting any.
My last girlfriend asked if I could play Smoke on the Water, so I threw a toaster in her bath.
Oh, I see. So when you put bubbly on the advert, you meant fat.
You've got good hips. Let me see your teeth. We'll take her.
Actually, during the day, I'm something really high up in the city.
Well, so anyway, so listen, that's enough about me. Tell me about your sister.
OK, I did crop my Facebook photo so as you couldn't see my conjoined twin.
Whoa! How pissed was I when I asked you out?
Not as pissed as I was when I said yes.
There's nothing you can do about it. I know I'm gonna shag you.
My dating history, yeah. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Very good. OK. The next topic is unlikely lines to hear in a disaster movie.
From the makers of Snakes on a Plane comes Snails in a Caravan.
I want you to upload the schematic to my PDA. I need you to send the picture to my mobile.
Ambassador Thrall, are you telling me that intergalactic war occurred because one of your people said, I'm going to the shops, do you want something? And another one replied, yes, get me a galaxy.
Men, we are heavily surrounded, but don't worry. Gaza has arrived with some chicken and a fishing rod.
It's one story of terror. It's Bungalow Inferno.
Listen to me. I want you to take the kids. I want you to go to your mother's. You'll be safe there. I'm going to stay here and shag the nanny.
The boat is sinking. There's not enough lifeboats. And the worst thing of all, Celine Dion is singing the theme tune.
There is a house in New Orleans.
The Martians landed at around 4 a.m. in Bracknell, went and left again.
The ship is sinking. I don't care. I'm a duck.
Yeah, just press that, be all right.
This is a virus like we have never encountered. 50% of the population will be debilitated completely. The other half will be able to carry on as normal. Gentlemen, this is man flu.
Do you not realise, if this contagion spreads, the entire X Factor judging panel could be wiped out?
Rejected questions from this year's exams.
To keep them cool, the testes of the male Homo sapiens are on the outside. should he put them back in his trousers?
Wayne lives 3 miles away from Kaylee, and Martin lives 6 miles away from Wayne. Who got her pregnant?
If an oil well is spilling out oil at 50,000 barrels a day, how do you stop it? Really? How do you stop it?
If you mix blue and yellow, how crap is your government?
If Mary has 1 apple, Thomas has an apple and an orange, and Tarquin has 2 apples, an orange, an ugly fruit, and 2 kumquats, whose parents read The Guardian?
Which is faster, a cheetah or Mel Gibson leaving the Mobos?
If you removed a man's lower intestine and stretched it as far as it could go, how angry would he be?
Calculate the circumference of Eamonn Holmes using pi.
A car is travelling at a constant speed of 70 miles an hour round the M25. In what imaginary universe are they in fact travelling?
Henry VIII loved the bitches. Discuss.
Chemistry. What's that smell?
Nelson lost an arm and an eye. Why didn't he call Claims Direct?
Your mum's a slag. Discuss.
The next topic is things you won't hear in a gardening programme.
If you're into naked gardening, here's a tip. Be careful what you do with the shears.
And that, folks, is how you get rid of a body.
Not only that, somebody has been sneaking into the allotment and putting topsoil on the ground. The plot thickens.
Last year, I couldn't be bothered to dig up my garden, so I phoned up Time Team and told them I'd just found a Roman coin.
And now, over to our lawnmower expert, Stumpy Jeff. Hi, guys!
See, David here has got some nice buddleia, and Jemima there, she's got some nice hydrangea, and I've got chlamydia.
Well, that's it for this week. I'm off home to plant my seeds. My wife's ovulating and I don't want to miss my slot.
Why grow flowers like this when you can steal them from a traffic black spot?
Last week, you were complaining about rabbits being rampant in your garden and being a pest. But let me tell you, I've got a rampant rabbit, and when it's in my garden, it causes nothing but joy.
Well, I've been having terrible trouble with a mole. He keeps on passing confidential information to other gardeners.
See, here we see we've got a nice rockery over there, and there's a lovely fountain we put in, and next to that is the tree of knowledge. You will not eat from the tree of knowledge!
If your lawn suffers from patchy grass, just grow it along one side and comb it over.
And if you leave it for about 4 or 5 years, it should be just the right height to piss behind.
In a garden, it's... Who's blocking my light? Dara, could you just...
Over here is a wonderful water feature, like in Brussels, of a small boy pissing. This one's from Thailand, and I pay him 20 pence a week.
He ain't lying. It's good money.
Dear BBC, I'm writing to complain about the coverage of Indian... Beloved, happy to hear.
I'd just like to second what he said.
Next topic is things you won't hear in a gardening programme.
I think the caption might be wrong for that one.
That's absolutely right. Sorry.
I'd like to complain to my TV channel about the caption.
I don't want to leave because I might not get back again. Really. You know what it's like when you're new anywhere, you just get fucked over, really.
Unlikely things to read in a political memoir.
So we were playing Truth or Dare, and I didn't want to tell the truth, so I shagged Edwina Curry.
Big Ben struck 12 and stopped. Thank God. My buttocks were on fire.
I thought I'd pressed the button that summoned the tea lady. Imagine my surprise when it turned out I bombed Russia.
I think the greatest thing about meeting the Queen was listening to him singing Candle in the Wind.
Say what you like about Robert Mugabe, but that moustache makes all the difference to foreplay.
I suspected that John Prescott was having an affair when the four legs of his desk came through the ceiling above me.
I was actually at college with Saddam Hussein. We were at Sussex together doing chemistry and combined inhumanities.
At the start, there were 3 women in the cabinet, 5 in the cellar and 2 under the patio.
Deciding to go to war was one of the tensest games of eeny, meeny, miny, mo I have ever played.
We'd sometimes break up boring cabinet meetings by convincing David Blunkett he was black.
Oh, when we got into Bosnia, the first thing we did was get the United Nations troops setting up trestle tables with plates of cheese straws and sausage rolls. But it turns out we were supposed to provide a buffer, not a buffet.
John Prescott, a book by me.
Take that, you bastard, he said. No one fucks with Mahatma Gandhi.
The next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a medical documentary.
I know you're a teenage mother, but nobody will patronise you here. Come through to the slag ward.
Next, he was put in a CAT scanner. Unfortunately, the cat was still in it.
And so Nick Griffin comes round after the face transplant, and that's not the colour he was expecting.
OK, now cough, and cough again. OK, yeah, I've got the diagnosis. Got a cough.
Eventually, doctors had to break his leg in 6 places. It was the only way to stop him running round the ward, the little tosser.
34% of people in this country have irritable bowel... Oh, sorry.
What this attractive patient doesn't realise is Dr. Singh was struck off years ago.
Brian is 75 stone. He hasn't left the house for 3 years. What a fat bastard.
After months of tests, doctors finally discovered what had caused his blindness. He'd been masturbating too much.
Today we're attempting a slightly difficult operation. What we're hoping to do is remove the Adam's apple with a pair of tweezers without the patient's nose flashing red.
Tara removes her top to reveal a hideous skin infection. Look away now if you're eating Rice Krispies.
The Siamese twins were joined in the most embarrassing place imaginable and known by friends as the skipping rope.